This is the Kashcroe Radio Show. Now your hosts, Andre Russell, and cohorts Shaquan and Darren.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Kashcroe Radio Show, your hub for all things video game entertainment. Here we talk about all the things that's happening in the world of gaming. So if you discovered us on any major podcast platform, consider subscribing. Also, if you're tuning in on YouTube, consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell so you can know when we drop fresh content. On YouTube, we do a bunch of other awesome stuff, so stick around. Now, we're just going to jump into the episode. Darren's not here, but we got Shaquan in the building. Let's go. Yo, Shaquan, what's good?
I'm good. How you know?
Chilling. So we're just going to jump right into the segment, bro. Call of Duty got delayed. What do you think about that shit, bro?
I don't think it's a bad thing, actually. A lot of people... Actually, I don't think anybody really is thinking of it as a bad thing.
I don't think so either. I feel like it's been saturated. Call of Duty has been like churning out for like the past 10 years, bro, back to back each year.
Yeah, and then when you think about like what that does to a dev to keep doing that, or to have the pressure to keep doing that every year, and I feel like that's why people have complained, like the quality has died down. I think the best thing that they have is actually Warzone, because that's like it's a live service, so they can update it in real time. Like they can see like the feedback and be like, okay, let's change this. Want a new map? Let's add a new map. Let's do all of this. So it's like, I think Warzone will hold people over. They're probably gonna do like a little update in place of a new game, and then like probably do something spicy with Warzone to hold people over until next year. But,
okay, so actually that makes sense.
That makes a lot of sense. Like, and I don't think anyone's gonna have a problem with that. Like, and if you do, fuck you, honestly, because like the devs need a break. They need a break. They like have to come up with fresh new ideas. Like when Vanguard came out, everybody was shitting on Vanguard, and
I don't feel like Vanguard was poorly received last year, bro.
Right,
very poorly.
Actually, like it's funny because Espada really liked playing Vanguard, actually, and he was one of the first people that was just like, oh, I'm so disappointed, because like for him and one of our friends Daryl, like zombies was like a very big part of it, and zombies wasn't up to snuff. Apparently, like zombies took like the brunt of like the cutback instead this time. So like a lot of people were mad about that, because there's a good portion of people that really just play zombies. Like that's a big thing for them, like even from back in the Modern Warfare days.
Right.
So once you start seeing that kind of failing as well, then it's like that they're not really thinking straight. So, but I say that to say that Spada bought it just for the hell of it, because it was on sale actually, which is not a good sign.
Right.
But he doesn't hate it. Like he thinks it's all right, but the quality could definitely like be higher. Like you just dropped the Vanguard, which wasn't great.
Right.
To drop another game right now is like, why?
Yeah, it's dead on arrival basically.
Yeah, like you gotta wash the taste of it out of your mouth.
Yeah. Why did that happen though? I don't remember why they said that happened. I think there was a delay because of, I don't remember. Why did the delay happen?
I have no idea.
Wait, let me double check that. I know why it happened, but I just don't remember right now.
I mean, I don't really have the idea for it, but I just feel like, in general, just like this pressure that we have on people to make yearly releases, and you notice, like with the yearly release games, whether it be FIFA, 2K, WWE, like they suffer when you do that. Like it was probably cute for like a couple years to like, oh, we're doing this every single year, because it's like, with basketball, stats need to change, maybe,
right.
But after a while, it's like there's only so much you can add without changing the entire game. Like, it's if you're doing it every year, you can only incrementally upgrade.
Right.
I think with a year ahead, like a little head start, who knows what they're gonna get? Because same thing happened with WWE. Because remember, the last WWE was garbage.
Yeah, and people trashed on that, bro.
Yeah, like it was so buggy, it was unplayable. But like the new one, the one that's coming out this year, because they skipped last year, the one that's coming out this year, everybody really likes it.
Yeah, the graphics look pretty dope on that one, bro. It looks real as hell, bro.
I'm not gonna get my hopes up, but
the graphics look good though.
It does look good, but like, once you play it, like it could be buggy, it could be like, God forbid, but just in terms of how it looks and like the excitement,
right?
I feel like it's a step in the right direction.
And because when I saw it first, I had to do a double take to make sure that was actually the game, bro. That's how real it looked.
Yeah. And they're adding like new features and stuff like that. Like it gives people time. Like it sounds like common sense, but like it has to be stated. Like give somebody a year head start to make a game, you're gonna get a better quality game. So
yeah, you're right. So I actually read the article, and it did say it was because of Vanguard's poor reception of fans. That's why they actually decided to push the 2023 release back.
That's big too, because like that's the first Call of Duty game in like how long?
10 years, bro.
10 years to do something like that. It's been yearly for shit since
they're saying it got cannibalized by the previous game, which was, I think, Cold War. But I feel like nowadays, I don't know if it's me, but I feel like a year isn't that long anymore, bro. It's just like,
not really.
It comes quick now. So it's like by the time you get around to a next installment, you're like,
yeah. I don't know. I just think that we should have, like, we shouldn't be putting so much pressure on them in the first place. Because like I said, we have Warzone, and as much as like people want to be like, oh, it's just a free game, it shouldn't count. It's a live service game,
right?
Which means that they can add content to it. So if they want to keep the Call of Duty name relevant, they can do that. It's not like a year is gonna hurt Call. Like people are still going to play Call of Duty. People
I feel like the fact that it takes a year off would probably help it. It probably go in its favor too, because like now it's gonna build an anticipation around the game.
Exactly.
Like, oh, Call of Duty's coming back, and
it's like a soft reboot in a sense. Like,
right.
Like people are like, oh, I'm excited to see what the new one is gonna do, and It's not like,
but they would have to deliver, because if they don't, then that's gonna be a problem. It's gonna be like, so you took a year off to do this
garbage, yeah. But I feel like another thing though, like the reason that they had to keep doing the yearly model is because like that's what made Activision their most money is Call of Duty every year. Call of Duty is gonna sell like regardless of what it is quality wise, it's gonna sell like hotcakes. Like I can't see a Call of Duty not making money.
Right.
But with the acquisition the other day, I've seen people say this before too, is like people that had to make certain games just to like make ends meet,
right,
don't have to do that anymore, because like Call of Duty is probably what was keeping Activision afloat, so they couldn't focus on other IPs and stuff like that. Now they have breathing room, and they also have financial backing, so like they're not so pressured where this game not even just has to be good, but has to be out. Like now they can focus more on, let's make the game good, we have the quality, we don't have to worry about crunch or anything like that. We have the money, we have the financial backing. And if Microsoft, I think, is smart as like a business, they're going to put their money into Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Like they're not gonna, I don't see a future where Microsoft is gonna let Activision be in need of funding and shit like that. Like, so I'm excited to see where they go with it. I was never like a super big Call of Duty fan in terms of like in comparison to like a lot of other people, the way that people are like, it's like a fandom where it's like, oh, fuck Battlefield, fuck any other FPS. Like it's never been that. If a game is good, a game is good. But now I'm like actually pretty excited to see what the next one's gonna be.
I can say I was a part of the community for a minute.
Sure.
I was a part of that community.
I remember when we had fucking Black Ops and we were playing it on the fucking the projector in the crib.
Right.
Every Saturday, every weekend.
Every weekend, bro, we were on Call of Duty.
Listen, every single weekend. And I miss stuff like that,
Right.
But shit, even a four player split screen experience.
Yeah, bro. Because you know what it is? It was a lot more dope too, because it was on a projector. So it's like everybody almost had their own like TV level screen.
Yeah, but you don't even see a game that like, what game could we think of that's been out recently that even like makes you want to do that, have 4 people in the same room. Like besides like fucking Smash Brothers where it doesn't have like a split screen component, it's just like that one screen.
Right.
I can't think of another game that would make somebody want to do that. And
No.
Call of, like, people who, a lot of the people who are in that, like they'll remember fondly like days like that. Like, oh, I remember
James Bond era, bro.
That too. That too. So like Call of Duty is gonna be all right. They're gonna be okay. They're gonna bounce back from this. And I can only see it going up from here, unless they like pull some like the only thing that could like the gameplay I know is gonna be good. It's just the direction that they move in, because you know when they had what was it fucking Future War, what the fuck was it? Future Warfare, Advanced Warfare.
Was it Advanced Warfare? Or was that
some shit like that? I forgot. And it was basically trying to be Titanfall. Like, no, you have to. Stick.
That was the same year Titanfall dropped too.
Was it?
Yeah, it was.
Bro, listen. They need to focus on what makes their fans happy, but at the same time, try to find a way to push forward. You know, and I feel like
kind of innovate while still appeasing the fans.
Exactly. And with them having, you know, some time to themselves, breathing room, they can get that feedback and see, okay, what is it that we have that people liked for, you know, however many years, and what was our missteps? Yo, I'm pretty sure the next one's gonna be great.
I hope so. Yeah. I mean, again, it all depends, because they have to, at that point, if you're gonna take that time off, you have to come back with a banger, bro. It has to be
for sure.
It has to be up to par. It has to have some level of quality, because if not, then you cannot justify that year off.
Right. It's good. If the next one flops, I feel like that's gonna be a significant blow to the
franchise. Yeah,
because we're basically giving you a year of goodwill.
Right.
So if the next one flops and then you make another one and the one after that is good, I don't feel like it's going to have as much hype as what they could possibly do for this one. So,
you know how I see them doing that, since you brought up the Warzone thing, I feel like they could do that now. Drop a Call of Duty every other year and have almost like the Warzone as filler. Yeah. In a sense.
Yeah, exactly.
So now you have a consistent title that's like, it's ever growing, ever changing.
Right. Whenever you get that Call of Duty itch, you can go back to fucking like the people that like Vanguard. You go back and play Vanguard. You know, I still play Cold War.
Right.
Some like every now and then. Jump back on Cold War. You know, if you want to play with a bunch of friends and do some crazy shit, Warzone. Like I think it's like live service games like are a cool idea. Like if you have like a team that is specifically like they just focus on that,
right?
And then you could have a team that focuses on like the actual release. We can get some great content out of that. And at the end of the day, a win for Activision is a win for gaming, I feel like, personally. So just in terms of them making a good game, because I'm not gonna be mad if they make a good Call of Duty game. Like there's a lot of people who like have given Call of Duty flack. Oh, it's the same game every year, blah blah. But some, you know, whatever. It's FPS,
right?
So people want like different experiences, but at the end of the day, it's gonna be that FPS, and they are the go-to for that experience, and so they need to start acting like it. That's it.
That's true. All right, so let's just switch things over to the D.I.C.E Awards, bro. Like,
yeah,
that was insane. The fact that Ratchet and Clank basically scooped up most of the awards, bro. Like, that is insane to me.
Yeah, that is crazy. I mean, I don't necessarily have a problem with it. I just feel like I just haven't seen a lot of people. I don't know anybody that even owns Ratchet and Clank. But I mean, if people say it's as good as it is, then you know I'm gonna take their word for it.
I still haven't played it.
Don't you have it?
I have it, but I haven't played it. Bro, I have so many games that I need to play, and it's not for the lack of trying to play them. It's because I'm so busy. I have the podcast that we're working on. I have this that we're doing, and plus we're trying to get the channel off. So there's a lot of things that are working in the background, and I'm trying to get off. So it's kind of difficult to like actually play games, which is funny because hey, this is a gaming channel. I run a gaming podcast,
and it does seem like the lifespan of games is pretty, I don't want to say short, but it's like as much as these games have like you have to dedicate time to it to like, you know, actually experience it. This is like game after game after game, because Ratchet and Clank dropped last year and it feels like it dropped forever ago.
Right.
And it's still getting these awards, but it's like we're already on to the next thing. So where we're getting the like people are we're looking at this list. We're looking at this list. These games, like I don't want to say they feel old, but it feels like it's been so long when it really hasn't been.
Right. Yeah, the consumption of games have gone way up, because think of this month alone, February, right?
Right.
There's so many games that dropped already this month, and it's like you can't really keep track of all of them. We got Horizon that's out, Sifu, Elden Rings just came out.
Yes,
what
sir.
else? What else is there?
You said Dying Light 2 already?
No, I didn't say Dying Light 2.
Dying Light 2 came out. It came out last month, I believe, or maybe the beginning of this month. But
Bro,
Dying Light 2 just came out, and like listen, these games don't. It used to feel like a game would drop, and then you have that game for the whole year. Now it's like it's probably gonna last maybe 6 months,
if that. Because I'm playing Sifu right now, and I feel like most people aren't really even on Sifu like that anymore.
Yeah, I'm not seeing people stream. Well, I don't really. Let me not say Twitch, but like in terms of YouTube, in terms of like video on demand content where people are just dropping like like a playthrough. I'm not really seeing people do that. People are more like trying out different runs. So I'm wondering,
like a speed run,
not necessarily even a speed run, but just like, well, yeah, speed runs as well. But people are doing mods where it's like, instead of playing as the main character, you're playing as fucking John Wick. I think that's kind of cool. There's a lot of cool ones. Like so you have some people playing like a SpongeBob and shit like that.
Yeah, bro.
You know, so that will. I don't know if that's enough to have that game live for so long. But the game itself isn't that long, actually.
No, it's not. It's just 5 levels. But I say 5 levels. It's not easy. It's not an easy 5.
So what I've heard is that like if you like get good at the game, so like if you beat the game and we'll go to play it back again, like it's way easier.
That and around. The fact that like the game is set up for you to actually go back and play like the previous levels.
It has different endings as well. Like, you know, because you can spare bosses and stuff like that.
Right, exactly. So it's like it has you have to go back and like experience the game, because it's a different experience once you've unlocked, because you kind of have to get stuff to like unlock a different section in the level and stuff like that. So
so Sifu, you know, that just came out. Elden Ring, I'm thinking I might get that.
I heard it's co-op, so that's one of the main reasons why I want to get it. I haven't really done like co-op with friends in a long time, bro.
Yeah, it's been a while.
And I mean, like, I don't mean like you know, arena co-op. I mean like a co-op story. I haven't done like a co-op story game in a long time. I feel like
there hasn't even been like
no
co-op story game, like games that are like focused on that in a sense. So that's why it's kind of like to see It Takes Two on this list
exactly
as well.
That's what I was about to say.
It Takes Two, that game, I played that game last year, and that game made a lasting impression on me for like the entire year, because I think I played it pretty early in the year, actually, because it was on Game Pass, and I just like fucking scooped it up as soon as I saw it. And you know, got one of my friends, and I think at the time I just didn't have as much stuff to do now. I mean, stuff to do then that I have now. So I was just like, yo, let me get this out of the way before I start getting busy. And it's not that it, like, I finished it like probably within the week. But it's not because the game is short or anything like that. The game is full of fucking content, and you have to play it with a friend. And I still think that game, I'd play that game today. Like, that game holds up very, very well. So I'm not surprised to see, you know, it's winning the awards that it wins. Like, it's a fucking
game of the week, game of the year. Like, further confirming that like people really want experiences like these. It's not just about like, you know, a single player versus like a online multiplayer.
Like it seems like nowadays it's always either or. It's like, because like, you know, with a lot of the PS5 games, or I mean the Sony exclusives in general, like they're kind of focused on, here's this great single player campaign, and that's great, and that's like a lane that they've kind of carved out for themselves, you know, with like Last of Us, Uncharted, stuff like that. But like, I'm wondering now with the success of It Takes Two, if we're gonna see like more games that are like, not necessarily that you have to play it in co-op, but it's kind of like a really fleshed out co-op campaign. Like even if you think about what was it, Blacklist which Splinter Cell was that? Where like, oh man, which I don't. It was for the 360. You had it on the 360.
The Splinter Cell. It was Splinter Cell Conviction.
Right. And then like you have the co-op mode, and the co-op mode isn't just, oh, we're just playing the single player campaign with 2 people. It's its own campaign onto itself, and it's kind of running alongside, because like they'll make mention of the stuff that like Sam Fisher is doing. Because I think your enemy, I think your enemy spies, like you're against Sam, if I'm not.
I don't know. I think you were actually following Sam Fisher to some degree, because at the end of the story, they actually pit you guys against each other, which is crazy. That was crazy to me. That was sick.
So stuff like that is just like, that's great. Like I love shit like that, and it's not just, oh, hey, we're just putting you into the campaign and you have an extra player. That's like one of the things that was like, that's why like Halo Infinite, great game. Haven't finished the campaign. The multiplayer has some hiccups in terms of like what the fans want for it. But one of the biggest disappointments for me personally was it didn't ship with a co-op. But the co-op is gonna drop later this year, and I'm just wondering if it's gonna be, hey, play the campaign again, but here's your second player. Because if you play like the other Halo games, it's literally just like a drop in, drop out thing. So like, they play the game and they don't necessarily acknowledge that there's a second person there. It's literally just like, hey, it's just the Master Chief story, but you have a second person. Right. And I just wonder how that's gonna work in an open world scenario. And like when you see like the
I feel like that's kind of weird though. That's kind of weird though. Now that I think about it, right? You remember when we got like full games? We don't get that anymore. It's just like we get them in like fractions now, sections. Oh, here's multiplayer. Oh, here's single player. And now they have co-op coming out.
I think it has its ups and its downs. Because before, if a game was to say drop, and let's say somebody was like pressed for time, and for whatever reason, because at the end of the day, games are businesses. You know, games, like people put their money into it. It's just like a film. Like you have a producer, you have the people that put money into it, and you have to meet some deadlines. And that's how you get like, you know, work environments where crunch is a thing.
Right.
And, you know, people end up cutting corners and stuff like that. But back in the day, if someone is like, hey, damn, don't think I'm gonna be able to put this feature in the game just so I can meet the deadline, I'm gonna cut this feature out. And then we'd ship with that. You'd have to live with that. Now you might meet the deadline, and then you have at least hope where if a game has enough interest, they can say, hey, we're gonna put this as an add-on, so the game like experience kind of gets to live on. And even with us saying like, hey, games lifespans feel shorter now, we have DLC, you know, whether it be like an optional, hey, we're gonna add this as free content, or, you know, maybe you pay like a little $10, $20, whatever the fuck, just to have like an added experience to it. Those can, like, I guess, I don't want to say artificially, but I guess, you know, expand, like, you know, extend the lifespan of games. So it does make, I think, people a little bit lazy, where it's like, oh, you can just put a DLC on that, just add this on later. Like, oh, the game isn't like with Cyberpunk, you know, great fucking example. Cyberpunk dropped, and they're just like dropping, oh, here's a fix, and nothing fixed it until the shit that just dropped the other day. But, you know, everything has its pros and its cons. I just hope that, you know, with Halo Infinite having like co-op, and, you know, It Takes Two being as good as it was, you know, Elden Ring has its co-op, you know, situation as well. I'm hoping, I just really want, like, moving forward, let's have some great campaigns that are co-op, not just, you know, multiplayer in the sense of, yo, I'm fighting you, whatever. I want to play with some friends, man. I want to beat a game. I want a story.
You know what? I remember when I feel like the industry kind of bagged on single player games. For a time, people were like clamoring for single player, and there weren't enough single player games that were of quality. I feel like, I think Jedi Fallen Order kind of like made that a thing, because I remember like people were like, thank you, finally a single player game that like is actually pretty good.
I think that's a really good game. Just like,
bro.
Whoever thought that, yo, we're gonna get a Star Wars game? Like, somebody, if before Fallen Order was announced, if somebody was like, "Yo, I'm gonna make a Star Wars game and it's gonna be like Dark Souls,"
Yeah,
it'd have been like, "How's that gonna work?" Like, I don't see those two. There's
bro,
not
it
two worlds that you can see meshing, but it worked like a fucking charm.
Bro, I'm looking forward to that new one. That announcement that they just made.
Yes, sir.
I gotta see that.
Sir.
I have to play that one for sure. Because when I got it when it just came out too, and I did not stop until it was done.
Yeah,
that's how good the game was. You just felt invested.
Yeah,
you wanted to like.
Espada pre-ordered it. Yo, even pre-orders, like, that's not even something that I'm super interested in. But you have people who are like, "Yes, I like this game. I'm going to pre-order it."
Right.
And
I learned from my lesson. I don't remember what game burnt me. I think a lot of people might not know this one, but there was a game that came out a couple of years ago, BRINK, that we pre-ordered.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
God, bro.
Yeah, it happens.
That game disappointed me so much because that game had a lot of potential.
I remember the trailer and like, what was it?
There was a Jamaican flag in there, bro.
Yeah,
that's all. We saw that and we was like, yo, listen, I'm ready because y'all are representing us.
I remember there was like a fucking rocket launcher, I think it was.
Right.
And, like, he shot it and it slows down and you see like the person's like name on it. Like, I don't know, that was just so fucking cool to me, that trailer. And it just wasn't up to par. But yeah, like, single player games, great. Multiplayer games, great. I just kind of want some co-op focus moving forward. And like I said, there's a lot of games that are coming out this year that even have that. Like, I think I mentioned it before, but Kirby, like, it hasn't been confirmed to have multiplayer.
Yeah.
But like I said, all of like the, I guess, classic Kirby games have had like the drop in, drop out, because like the older ones, like Kirby, like splits in half or some shit like that. He just has like a friend that is like a copy of Kirby. It's like a different character altogether that follows him. But like, and it's always had like some sort of mechanic like that. But I hope they have it in that. You have Gotham Knights isn't coming out this year, right?
I'm not sure if I think they delayed it. I'm not sure. No, Gotham Knight is coming out. I think the Suicide Squad got delayed.
Got you. So, but just those two titles in general just have that, like, it seems like we're moving into that, like, that focus where, hey, we want people to play together.
Narrative co-op.
Yes. So I'm very happy about that. Like, multiplayer games, like arena titles, were like, they had their time and they're still great. I fucking love arena games. But shit, the fucking narratives are cool too. We the big thing is diversity. We have a diversity of just like a big selection of the types of games. Because like, if you look at Elden Ring and you look at Forbidden West and you look at Sifu, those are three very well. I mean, I guess Elden Ring and Forbidden West are kind of close together, but they're like different genres. Dying Light 2 is a widely different genre than those previous three. Starfield, which is, I think, supposed to come out this year. That's Bethesda, right? That's supposed to come out this year. I don't even know what fucking genre that is. I do not know what Starfield is, honestly. But from what I've been seeing, it's supposed to be like a more in-depth RPG, which is crazy because if you play Skyrim, which I've really dabbled here and there, Skyrim is very in-depth in terms of like the shit that they have, like, that you can do in it. It's not like a Red Dead where it's like, oh, super specific, or like, oh, you gotta have this amount. But it's like, there's so much to do. It's so, like, you have to keep in mind, we haven't had a new Skyrim in years.
Right. And people are still playing him.
Not even just still playing it, but people are still finding new things in there to this day. I know Spot is a big fan of that as well. Just like,
I had it on the 360 and I didn't play it. Well, I started playing it, but I felt like it was too much of a commitment to play that game. It took a lot of investment, and I think I didn't have it in me.
And that is like you say that, but that is kind of a drawing point for a lot of people.
Oh yeah,
well.
yeah.
Bro, like, Espada literally was playing that shit last night. Like, I got home from work at fucking, let's say, 1. Like, I'm getting ready to go to fucking bed. Like, put on something on YouTube to fall asleep, and he's up at like 2 something playing Skyrim. Like this game is like, it's not even. It seems like at least 5 years old at this point. Like
it's more than that,
or even older than that, way older than that.
Yeah,
Skyrim is way older than that. So, and the new one isn't. The next one isn't like, and they've said it. Phil Spencer made a statement where he was like, "Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen them working on it, but it's not coming out for now." Like he's gonna give it because they announced what, Fable, Starfield, and he was saying that they didn't give a specific date, but he was like, "Yeah, Starfield and Fable are gonna come out before that." So, we have time to wait, but to just imagine, hey, with all that we've just said,
right?
They're saying that Starfield is gonna be a more in-depth RPG than that. So I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. We'll see. I'm willing to give it a try. Cause I love space exploration shit. I think that we could use more of that, honestly. Cause that's space. Like you can, like, that's the final frontier. You can think of anything. Like anything you tell me zombies in space, fuck, I'm here for it. Dinosaurs in space, I'm here for it. Anything, just put it in space, I'm here for it. Because it's like it could possibly be out there for real.
I feel like there's more of a focus on fantasy games than they are on like space science fiction, like space odysseys and stuff like that.
I read something somewhere. There was like a quote that someone was like, fantasy is just like science that's so far ahead of time that you can't explain it. So if you have like a concept that is super sci-fi,
right,
it's gonna look like fantasy regardless. Or at least that's my interpretation of it. Because you think of like fucking Star Wars, like somebody has a laser sword, like that could easily be like a spell somebody chanted or some shit. Like, it is. I think they're very tightly knit together. You're never gonna stop getting content like that, and I'm definitely here for it.
Right. All right, so let's just jump back to the D.I.C.E Awards. A bunch of games got awards. I feel like Guardians of the Galaxy actually brought home 2 awards, I think, on this one.
Yeah.
Best narrative, which was what they got in Game Awards last year. Yeah. But something else that they got was best action game. What do you think about that, bro?
Not action game, adventure game.
Adventure game, yeah. Sorry. Game.
I think that's looking at the list here, they had Death's Door, It Takes Two, Guardians of the Galaxy, Psychonauts 2, and Resident Evil Village. I think that's a stacked list, honestly. I didn't play. I have Death's Door. It's on Game Pass. I looked it up, but I don't know exactly the ins and outs of it as I do for the rest of the games on the list.
Right.
But even those 4 games that I do know, that's a very stacked list, and I feel like it could have gone either way. At this point, it might sound like I'm biased, but my pick would have been
Psychonauts 2. Yep.
Listen, I really love the game. I really, really like the game. I have it here in front of me, but I'm not mad at Guardians of the Galaxy.
Guardians is a pretty dope game, bro.
Yeah, I know you really liked it, and a lot of people were saying it was actually underrated. Some people were like not expecting it to be as good as it was.
Yeah, because it's IDEO, so so
when I saw the trailer when it first dropped, I was like less than interested. I didn't hate it. I just had no.
The trailer didn't do it justice. I'm gonna admit that, because when I saw it too, I was not interested.
Yeah, to me it looked like the Avengers game.
Yeah, exactly. So that's where my mind went. I was like, this is gonna be another boring adventure kind of clone.
Right.
But it's not. It's actually pretty good. And again, if you guys haven't checked it out, this is not an ad, but y'all need to go check out Guardians of the Galaxy. It was one of my favorite games from last year. It was pretty dope.
Is that a Sony exclusive?
No, it's not. It's on Xbox.
Okay.
Yeah.
I might get it. I might get to play it then.
Yeah. It's like a edgy. It's like an edgy Mass Effect. It's like a rock and roll Mass Effect, bro.
That's kind of wild, because Mass Effect wasn't like a pushover game either.
No, it's not. So it's like that's the best comparison I can give it. It's just like an edgy rock and roll.
That's strange, because so how would you compare it to the movies in terms of tone because the movies
it
are
is
kinda
similar
goofy.
to the movie. No, it is similar to the movies and don't it's goofy at times. It's like the comedy is well balanced. Put it that way.
Okay.
Comedy is well balanced. The story is well balanced. So it's like you kind of feel for the characters.
Got you.
Like all the characters got their just due. Every character
Gotcha.
got their just due. Like Drax, we learned about Drax. We learned about Gamora, Rocket, Groot. Like you kind of see why they ended up being together and all that stuff. So it's pretty dope. And a few surprise characters show up in the game too, which is when you see them. If you're a comic book fan, you're gonna be, oh shit, you know. But yeah, it was a good game.
That's what I love about the comic book medium as well. It's like you don't necessarily have to be a longtime fan to enjoy it because there's still a narrative there that hits home. But if you are, there's like little nuggets and awards there. So if you think about like even the Marvel movies, when you have like fucking Howard the Duck, and like little scenes, like it might mean nothing to nobody but you in that specific theater that you're in, at the time, but you know that around the world there are other like-minded people who will see that, and it's just like it just clicks like a special part, of your brain there. And then like video games just as a medium in general, like you have more time to live with these characters than like probably the films can even do. So I think that's good. How long is the game? Did you beat it?
I want to say the game was like about 20 hours.
That's not bad.
Yeah,
that's not bad. Because if you think like the average person plays like let's say the average adult, right? Like me, if I'm playing a fucking video game, I don't have as much time as I had when I was in high school.
No, I definitely don't.
Like at all. So like in general, I'll probably play a game for like maybe 2 hours, like before I have to go do something and not feel like I'm wasting space or just being a potato on that particular day. So 20 hours is a good, like a decent amount of time, because if you look at like fucking Sifu, you can beat like
I've seen people beat Sifu in like less than 2 hours,
bro. You can be like in general, you can beat Sifu in 2 hours if you're like a really good gamer. If you're just like an average, you could probably beat that in 5.
Yeah.
So and that's not to knock on Sifu, because I feel like
Sifu is a difficult game, and I feel like it reminds me. Sorry to cut you off, but it reminds me of Arkham, where but it doesn't have the queue system where you light up, or like Spider-Man, where
it's
you
more
like
hardcore.
It's way more. It's like Spider-Man and Arkham on
goes off.
Exactly. It's on the hard mode, because in Arkham, once you get to that,
it takes off the queues.
It takes off all the queues and stuff. So you kind of have to read the fighters' tails and stuff like that.
You saying that because watching Sifu, I don't know if did you ever play Absolver?
No, I haven't.
So I played Absolver. Me and my friend Jamani played it. Absolver is like kind of the opposite of Sifu, in the sense that Sifu doesn't have like a multiplayer component. It doesn't have like a co-op, nothing like that. Absolver was the opposite, where it didn't have a single player. It was like a proof of concept in a sense, where it just had you running around, just like it has like a tutorial, and the tutorial itself acts as like a story. And then after you've beaten that, because the tutorial lasts for a while, after you've beaten that, you're just free to have like fucking a wide range PvP. You literally just walk up to people and just fucking fight them. Or you can do like go into an online death match where it's just like a 1v1 with you and somebody else. You could do that as well. I say that to say I've played Absolver, and I was like, when you like master the combat system in it, and you like beat somebody, like you feel like a really fucking like a kung fu master. And because you're playing against like another person who's intelligent, and like they can see the inputs that you make, so they can like, if I hit you from like with a left leaning stance or something like that, they can see that and like intercept it and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
So in a sense, I don't want to say it's harder or anything like that, but I feel like it's more like there's more thinking probably involved with Absolver's combat rather than in Sifu's combat. So this is a long-winded way of me saying that I felt like I was ready to play Sifu once I saw it. but you explaining it to me and saying that, hey, you know, it's like Arkham without like the button prompts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I remember fucking playing. I don't remember what I think it was the there was like a thing where it's like you're just fighting waves of people.
Right.
That and I don't think that specific part had prompts. I was getting my ass fucking handed to me. I was getting washed
In Arkham.
in Arkham. It was like,
I wonder what
was it
level that
Arkham? It was one of the series. It was one
It's
of that
probably.
series.
I wonder if it's in the courthouse in Arkham City with Two-Face, and they had a bunch of guys coming in.
I think it might have been it might have been a bonus part. It might have been a DLC. It might have been something. But I was fighting like a wave after wave after wave, and it was a part that didn't have button prompts. Like I put it on hard, or if it just came that way.
Right.
And I was getting my ass handed to me. The DLC with Harley Quinn, and she was like, I think she's trying to get to Joker or something like that. I don't remember. But you were playing as Harley Quinn. I was getting my ass whooped. Is what I'm trying to say. So Sifu might be harder than I fucking thought. And it looked like it just looks like something that you want to try.
Yeah, and I think with Sifu is the more you play, the better you get, and like that's the whole thing behind it. So
yeah, because you're aging up.
Yeah,
you're getting better. You're getting wiser. It's a very great concept, and like I've been advocating for ideas. You know, games that try something different. You know, whether
I think I've only died 3 times in Sifu so far.
Okay, little flex there.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
See you. Okay.
Just saying. So I'm currently 23 in Sifu.
Right.
I'm on level 3 at 23.
I think this is only like 5 levels, right? So
yeah.
All right, you almost there. But I've seen somebody play it and was at like level 2 and they were still 20, and by the time they got to the end of level 2, they was 34. So, don't jinx yourself.
No, so on the first stream, I got my ass beat, bro. I had to go back.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not doing this.
Yeah, I saw that you were streaming at Kashcrow on YouTube.
Yeah, right. Shameless plug.
I saw. It makes me want to try though. It makes me want to try because we have the PS5 here. So I take a swing at it.
It's a fun game. I love it.
It looks amazing.
Yeah.
It just kind of makes me think about like, what the awards are gonna go to this year, because we have a whole bunch of this is a good year.
Yeah,
I think for games.
This month has been a good month. It's been a very busy month for gaming, bro.
Games that drop this month that could be end of year game of the year contenders.
Yeah, and I mean like all of them that drop can be contenders for game of the year.
Right. And Elden Ring just dropped, so like the hype is like there for it. But we still got to live with it a little. I think it's like by the time of recording this, we're probably like it's been out for like maybe less than a day
right.
or some change. I don't know. Time's weird. But listen, we haven't even gotten to like. There's probably some like.
Bro, I haven't gotten to Horizon yet.
Exactly. So once we get to like the depths of these games, and like see what like the value is in all of its like in every part of it, like by the end of the year, we definitely gonna have like a good little list going on. We still have what else is coming out this year?
Tiny Tina's Wonderland.
Tiny Tina's Wonderland, bro. Me and Espada have been waiting for that because we played all of it. He's a big Borderlands fan. I like the graphics for it.
The cell shaded.
Yeah, because me being a whole big advocate for like my favorite game, Jet Set Radio, which is like the first game I ever knew to have like cell shaded anything. That's like that was like what kind of brought cell shading in video games to like the forefront. So anything that has that, you've already fucking won me over. Game devs, if you want my pick specifically, you want me to advocate for you specifically, make your game cell shaded. Just do it. Just fucking do it. Like, don't even think about it. Like, it doesn't matter what game it is. I feel like it's gonna benefit. Like cell shaded, it just make like anything that makes things look like comic books, a little more animated. Just it gives it like a certain life. And Borderlands, as a whole, like their worlds feel very animated. They feel, and it's not just because it's cell shaded, but like the writing that goes into it, just like the way that they flesh out the characters, the humor. It's it's great. So Tiny Tina's Wonderlands is taking that to the brink, because if I remember correctly, This is like Tiny Tina's Wonderland was like a not a DLC, but it's like a part. It was like they have something that came before this where it was like a smaller part of Borderlands, and now they're expanding it. It's like this big thing where it's not a Borderlands game.
Yeah.
But it's like a spin-off that still kind of works within that realm. It just lets them bend the rules a little bit, because now it's like I think the concept is that they're playing a tabletop game like a Dungeons and Dragons, but it's like Borderlands characters playing Dungeons and Dragons. So you have the fucking, like, you know, Borderlands' big thing is like you can have 1 million fucking guns.
Right.
Like no gun is the same as the last gun, and like, yo, fucking love that. Can't wait to see it. Just guns, dragons. Like, I'm here, bro. I'm here for it. What else do we got? Shit. We were talking about co-op earlier, and Outlast Trials is coming out. I don't know if you played the first 2 Outlast.
No, I never played that. I'm not very big on as we were talking off camera, I'm not very big on scary games. Well, I'll play them if I have company, but not by myself.
Yeah.
I don't care what none of y'all say. I don't care.
I'm in that same boat. I'm in that very same boat. Horror movies, bro. I'll be in the movie theater laughing. I've been to, like,
it's a different experience when it comes to movies.
Entirely different experience.
It's a different experience.
You're watching it with people,
right?
Even by yourself. Like, you know, I probably won't watch it by myself, but
I feel like I'll watch it by myself. I feel like it's a different level of engagement when you're playing something.
Entirely different. Like, it's your decisions. Like, you're the person that, like, you're the person that you're screaming at the screen when you're in the theaters. Like, you're like, yo, leave. What are you doing? But, like, you can't actually leave because it's a game. You got to get to the end of it.
Right.
And you just, whatever they want to put you through, you just have to sit through it. It's very different. And Outlast Trials, I don't know if it's more than 2 players, but I know it's more than 1 player. And I'm interested to see, because I feel like horror is a tricky genre when it comes to multiplayer. So if it's more than 1 person,
it cuts the tension, I feel like.
Yeah. And, you know, I don't know if there's been any games that kind of let you still have the raw horror experience with more than 1 person, because they tried it with Dead Space, and it kind of ruined the formula, I believe.
And they tried it with Resident Evil too.
Yeah, but see, with that, the Resident Evils that they tried it with, it were less horror in general. It was more action, because remember, we were playing Resident was it 5 and you have Chris punching boulders and
stuff like that. Chris is damn near superhuman at that point. There's no way.
There's no way
he didn't take the T-virus, bro.
It's not even nothing damn near. He is definitely a fucking super soldier. I feel like he could probably beat Captain America in a 1v1, bro.
Yeah,
like,
bro.
Chris Redfield, not even just Chris. What's the other dude? Leon?
Yeah.
Bro, have you watched the fucking the movies?
No.
They have these
not the Mila Jovovich movies you talking about.
The animated, they have like these animated movies.
Yeah. I watched one of them.
Bro,
one of them.
There's one of them where Leon is fighting this dude on a rooftop, and when you see the way this nigga is fighting, bro, like, I've never seen him do that to a fucking zombie, not one day in Resident Evil 4. Resident Evil 4, he had the 1 fucking gun, and he's running from the, like, bro, he was doing Jackie Chan kick flips on this guy, bro. It was insane.
But there was a fight scene in Resident Evil 4 though, when he was fighting with the knife. Was something different, bro.
Yeah.
That was super.
So imagine that cutscene with the entire fucking movie, and that's how the movie basically was. Leon, bro, the way they depict Leon, the way they depict Chris, doing all this shit, like, there's no doubt in my mind that these people are just fucking super soldiers. And I wish they, you know, I wish they knew that. I wish they knew that in Resident Evil 1 and 2, because they was getting our ass beat by these fucking dogs and shit. If you could have drop kicked that dog, why did you do it? Man?
Right.
Like, so, but say all that to say, you know, and all of that is all good and well, because the games themselves are still entertaining, but it's been a while since we've had like a true horror experience that everybody just enjoyed, that was just like dedicated to just being a horror game. I think PT was probably the last game that was, or I guess AAA game that was that caught everybody's attention, because, you know, Village and you know, Resident Evil 7, they have those as well, but like it still has the modern Resident Evil formula with it, where it becomes more action oriented towards the end.
Right.
It's not like it is not that sense of helplessness. Like imagine like that sense of helplessness in like a horror game, but you and your friend, like So hopefully my predictions or my expectations are met with Outlast Trials,
Right.
because that would be very, very, I guarantee you we'd be talking about that game for like a while if that's what comes from it. So here's to hoping.
Resident Evil got outstanding achievement in character, and what character do you think won? What character do you think they were focused on?
In Resident Evil,
Yeah,
in Village,
yeah, so a character won an award. A character won an award.
Ethan's the main character in Village,
yeah, but
right?
he's not the one who won for that's
Chris?
not what. No, outstanding achievement in character. Who do you think they got
in Resident Evil Village?
Village, yeah. It's not Chris.
Oh,
it's
is it
Ethan.
Lady Dimitris?
Yeah, goddamn right it was.
Okay, I can get that though. I can understand that because, like besides like the internet just being fucking weird with her, she did have like there's something to say about the personality of like, or just having a character that grips everybody's attention, like beyond like her stature and everything like that everybody's just like really gravitating towards. She catches your attention, like the things that she does, the way that she acts, like the levels that require you to like run from her and like find her like daughters,
right,
and stuff like that. It's goofy here and there, but it's really bursting with personality. And that's one thing you can say for that game is each section has that where it's bursting with personality, and I think that she just kind of benefits because that's how they kind of marketed it with her. So I could see that. I could see that now. I could definitely see that. Like at first when you said it, I was just like, people are just being weird. But like now that I'm really thinking about it, like I can see that.
Okay. Well, yeah. That's really what we had for the D.I.C.E Game Awards. I mean, I don't know if you saw anything else that kind of stood out to you, but those are just a few things that I saw that stood out to me from this award show.
Right. It just, it just makes me think about like, because like I said, some of these games here are games that like, well, we're in February of 2022, and some of these games came out, or most of these games, I guess, came out last year, earlier last year, or a little bit towards the end of last year. But it just makes me think, what are we gonna have? Like, what are we gonna be talking about this time next year?
Yeah, who will be the? Okay. Who will be basically the victor of next year's D.I.C.E Awards?
I mean, just D.I.C.E, but just like all of the
games, the awards in general.
Yeah, because like we said, like this year is like a real, like this month is really good.
It's been an insane. It's been an insane, like what, 3 months so far? 2 months,
right,
bro? It's only been 2 months,
right?
Bro.
We've mostly been speaking about AAA games, and I'm the indie guy, so. Like even I'm super excited to see what's coming out as like an indie game, because like I already said, Bomb Rush Cyberpunk is like my indie game, I guess, choice so far. But remember, we live in an era that a game can come out of nowhere,
right,
and just take the world by storm. We've seen it happen with like Undertale, where people were playing Undertale for years, right? And that's an indie game. So anything can happen, anything can happen. And, I'm just excited, man. I'm excited. God of War comes out this year.
Oh, shit.
Bro, how do we not mention God of War? Oh, my God.
Blasphemy, bro.
Blasphemy. Gotta ask for forgiveness from Kratos. Like, this God of War, I'm super duper excited because, like, and it's crazy because, like, the first 3 God of Wars, I feel like people don't really look at them as like, story based. But growing up, I was like a real big fan of like Greek mythology and stuff like that. So even I have like a bunch of friends who are like in love with like the Percy Jackson series and how they deal with, you know, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And so I say that to say, you know, story-based things, you don't really think of God of War, I don't believe. And they kind of changed that with the last one, where now it is narratively focused, where not that the first three didn't have that, but it kind of took a backseat to like all the over the top violence.
Right.
These are more mature, and then so when you get, I mean, it's a spoiler, but like it's fucking 2022. Like finding out that his son is Loki.
Right.
I think that was, I literally had chills. I was
Yeah,
watching I was watching Jacksepticeye play it. And once I found that out, I had no idea that it was even leading into that direction.
Mm-hmm.
Like maybe other people could, and I pride myself on being able to get like context clues and
Right.
like predict what's gonna happen next in the story.
Mm-hmm.
That completely took me off guard. So
And the fact that his mom was a giant.
bro, I wasn't even thinking about any of that. So like I'm very, very excited, you know, to see how they're gonna, you know, come at the idea of Ragnarok, because even the story of Ragnarok is like, you know, super duper interesting. There's a lot of symbolism going on there that can mean whatever the fuck, depending on how you interpret it.
I think
So,
Kratos is gonna die, but that's just my prediction.
I think he could possibly die. Is it supposed to, it's not supposed to be a trilogy, right? I think
No, it's not. This is the last one.
So
I was reading an article from Corey Balrog,
right.
and he said it was the last one.
Okay, so if that's the case, he could die. He could definitely die. But
Yeah.
at the same time, I feel like everybody's expecting him to die. They might not.
Right, not because that's the expectation.
Right. But, you know,
I'm more so thinking of how he's gonna go out. I feel like he's gonna go out sacrificing himself for his son, because you know it's about a relationship between a dad and his child. So I think that's where they're probably
so you
gonna
think
take
they're
it.
gonna go like a Red Dead Redemption route where like he dies and you get to play the rest of the game as Atreus or something like that?
Maybe not. I don't think they're gonna do that. They probably show you like a cutscene of Atreus at the end of like him kind of like growing into the Loki character, the Loki figure in
Would
that
you-
mythology.
So that makes me want to ask the question: would you be interested in a God of War spinoff where
Loki
Loki is the main character?
Loki of War.
What is Loki the god of again?
God of
right?
Mischief. Let's call it God of Mischief.
So yeah, so God of
I don't think
Mischief.
they probably give him another title. It wouldn't be God of Mischief. I don't know if he has another title in Norse mythology.
Yo, but when you think about it, that makes so much sense because he was mischievous as fuck
Yeah,
in
bro.
the first game.
Yep.
Yo, he's so
Yeah, bro.
fucking annoying, bro. Yo.
But it's weird because I feel like they took some liberties when it came to like Norse mythology, because when you think about the world serpent,
Yes.
in Norse mythology, the world serpent is actually Loki's son.
Yeah.
So,
I don't think that. I think they probably, because we don't know, or we didn't know that he was Loki until the end of it.
Mhm.
They probably have laid some breadcrumbs to have that reveal later on.
Yeah.
So the world serpent is probably going to be maybe on either side or some shit. But the thing is, in Ragnarok, Loki's not a good guy at all. So
I mean,
I
he's
don't-
basically the devil in Norse mythology. So when you think about it,
when you think about that, now that I think about that,
what? You
What
think
if-
he's gonna kill his dad?
what if his dad's gonna kill him?
Oh, nah. Oh, nah. I don't think we'd be prepared for that one. That'd be a hell of a story, though.
I might cry.
Yeah, I don't think
I
it's
might
that.
cry.
I don't think, or that's the prophecies Dad would have to face,
Right.
and because
'Cause
of that,
wait.
he will.
They did say that he was gonna die at the end of it, didn't they? Because one of the prophecies that he was seeing on the wall
Was Kratos dying in his arms.
yes. So yeah, Loki might kill him.
Yeah, he might kill him, or
He might
I
be
don't
the-
know. It's open.
Kratos might be the final boss of Ragnarok.
And you end up have to
Hey, you're
take
Atreus.
oh shit, don't do that. Now that would be some insane shit.
Listen, but there's so many ways they could go. Like you said, they're not like it's not a one-to-one adaptation
Mhm.
of Norse mythology, of course. You know, sorry if there's someone out there who's fucking worshiping Thor.
Oh, right. This is not the way.
Like, you're desecrating my religion. Like, no, I don't think there's anybody out there who still worships Thor or fucking Odin. So, sorry if you're offended, but you know, it's not going to be 1-to-1. You know, it's a game. It's a video game. You get to have your own interpretations. You get to do whatever they want because they are the devs. Let's respect that. But I trust them. I think we're gonna get a great game.
They've been on the road so far.
Knocked it out the park with the last one. So, and it's not like how long ago was the last God of War?
I think 2 years ago, 2.5, 3.
I feel like it's been longer than that. It feels like it's
Let
been
me double check.
while ago. It feels like it's been a while ago, but I say that to say, just to bring it back to our first point where we're talking about Call of Duty and Call of Duty having yearly releases. Like, look at the things.
That's 4 years ago. 2018, 2018.
Ago.
4 years ago.
So look at like this game has had enough time to be a masterpiece.
Right.
And look at what can happen when people spend time on their IPs. So,
right.
Like, just to bring it back.
Yeah, because it was in development for a while.
Yeah. So, and that is definitely, or I would assume that this is a priority for Sony.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know that they're getting all the funding they need. They're not cutting any fucking corners, and you know, Activision, Microsoft, take note. You know. So, Hellblade. Did you play the first Hellblade? I forgot that Hellblade was even fucking coming out, and I really liked Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice.
Oh yeah. I played that. I love it too.
One.
The trailer that I saw, I think it was a gameplay trailer when she was fighting like a giant, bro. That blew my mind. I was like, what the?
That looked disgusting. I really liked it, and that's.
But the thing is, I can't tell if it's an actual giant or she's
imagining.
Exactly.
So in the fucking first one, it was basically the same thing where you're fighting people who had like giant people. They're not giants like in that sense, but like they tower over her and they have like axes and stuff like that. Who are you to say that she's imagining it? Like you're still fighting them,
right?
So regardless of if it's her imagination or not, like I'm expect you can't show me a trailer like that and not have me actually have to fight a giant.
I want to fight a giant. I have to. At that point, I'm gonna have to fight it.
And the game itself kind of feels like a horror the first one kind of felt like a horror action. So, and this trailer that trailer gave me even more of those vibes.
Yeah.
So if they really lean into that, I think that could be a very special thing. So shit, we have a lot to look forward to this year. We eating good as gamers, man. Good.
Yeah, bro. So I think we're just gonna leave the discussion right here. I feel like we could talk all day when it comes to what to expect or what we're anticipating for this year. So we're just gonna put a cut right here.
Yes.
Yeah. So let's just switch over to what to play this week. What do you got?
What to play? I think we've been talking a lot, or I've been talking a lot about multiplayer games. And so I would like to talk about Knockout City, which I don't think I brought it up before. I don't remember who. Maybe an Ubisoft game? No, it's an EA game. And it's it was free to play for a while, but if you have Game Pass, it's still there. That's a team-based like dodgeball game.
Oh, word.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It came out last year, right?
Yes,
I remember it.
I have been having the game is so it's deceptively technical actually.
Yeah.
And I've been having a lot of fun playing it. I haven't got to play it as much as I would like to, but every time I do get it and I get a kill on that game, I feel like a fucking minor deity. Honestly. So but that's really great to play with friends. Windjammers 2 just got that on Game Pass the other day. Been getting wrecked online. Very rage-inducing game, but Windjammers it is a game that came out in I don't know if it was the 80s or the 90s, the first one. And it's basically just like Pong, but in the sense of, or in the context of frisbees. So ultimate frisbee. So you're on one side of the screen and you throw a frisbee to somebody else on the other side of the screen. They have a partition in the middle.
Yeah.
also deceptively fucking technical. Like that's a game. It has a like they made Windjammers 2 last year, I believe it was, or a year before that. And that has like a little esports scene going on for that. Shit, I've been getting my ass whooped online, but playing with friends, it's very chill, very calm. And Rubber Bandits is the least technical out of all these games. Like, it's not technical at all. It's just like if you've ever played Gang Beasts, like it's just like that, but it has like different modes and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Just a great game to chill and play with friends online, or if you have people over the house, it has couch co-op with it as well. Just family oriented fun. So
okay,
yeah,
dope. So no gameplay of the week, so we're just gonna jump into our quote of the week, and you know how we do it. It's with the video game twist. A strong man doesn't need to read the future; he makes his own. Solid Snake, Metal Gear Solid. That's word. All right, so that's it for today's show. Thank you guys for tuning in. It's been your boy Dre.
It's Shaquan.
And like always, play on, player.
Sir.
Peace.